Hello, hello, welcome, welcome, Dr. V.
Hi, Lauren.
Hey, hey, you've had a busy day. How was your K Summit?
Yo, it just ended now, like a few minutes ago.
Wow, you're glowing, my friend.
Maybe it's the light.
Do you already have the skin drink or what's going on here?
Yeah, and every other amazing skin potion she can find. She's looking amazing.
And I'm going to have to go to Botswana for some peels and all that jazz.
Hi, Izzy.
Hi.
Oh, so exciting. Okay, guys, so Dr. V, let me just make sure that you can actually share your screen. I'm just going to make you guys co-hosts as well. Let me just make sure we all in and can do what we need to do. Co-host. And Izzy, I'm going to make you a co-host as well in case we need to do anything.
People will do. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Dan, did I make you a co-host yet? Oh, there we go. Make a co-host.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Everyone smile quickly.
I've got building going on in my house.
We'll pretend that was your face.
Don't worry, you're fine.
Contractors, and it's just an absolute mess. But you know what? We're here, so we're good.
You're excused. It's okay.
At least we're not doing a call during the day. I did a strategy and planning with the team today, and the contractors were in the background, and there was banging and noise, and eventually I said, okay, we're going to have to call it a day, you know?
Okay, amazing. So guys, we don't need to, we're not going to let them in yet. So we're just going to take a little picture down. Look at me. Thanks, guys.
I don't have any makeup on.
You know, these Facebook, what do you call it? This Zoom, you've got like a filter that can make you look really good.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? It's like a beautify filter or something.
Yeah. I have it on, don't worry.
Okay, cool. So Dr. V, do you want to just check if your screen shares all fine from your side? I've just made you co-host and everything. So just make sure that it all opens up.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, perfect. All good. And I'm just going to open up with a, in fact, if you've got that, yeah, I'll open up with our little slide as well that we've got, just to welcome everyone. Just make sure I've got it here. Okay. It's just a welcome one from us, and then I'm going to stop sharing that, and then I will just open up and welcome you, and then whenever you're ready, you just do your thing.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Makes you very excited for this call. Thank you so much, Dr. V. You just can't believe how excited the team are.
Yeah, thank you so much we know how busy you are. We're so grateful.
So appreciate this.
I'll be able to deliver.
No, you will.
They're all very excited. Okay. I'm just going to quickly grab some water.
What is the time? 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, I know we're all organized and early. I'm actually just going to share that other screen in the meantime, just so that it's on and ready. Okay, cool. Can you guys all
And are you going to be recording this, Lauren?
Yeah, I will record it.
Okay.
No, it is actually. So I'm just going to pause actually. Okay. Welcome everybody to our call. We're just waiting for all the people to get in.
We have to teach everyone to do the Indian clapping.
Yes. Show the excitement if the microphones are off.
Like jazz hands.
That's exactly it. They go like, woo. Okay, cool. I think it looks like most people have pulled in. I'm sure there's more coming.
Yeah.
Because I've made mine full screen. I can't see all the guys. Welcome, welcome everybody who's joined us since I welcomed the last guys. We are very, very excited for our call tonight. We've got a very special guest, and I know you guys are chomping at the bit to hear her incredible story. But on behalf of Isabel Richardson and Daniela and myself, we'd love to just welcome you guys and congratulate you all for achieving your 500 volume point qualification, but not only that, actually being on the call and joining us tonight here for this incredible opportunity to be with our amazing guest. But guys, we're coming to the end of a really wild and crazy year, and I'm actually full of gratitude as we come to the end of 2020, really just grateful for all of the lessons, all of the friendships that we've forged, you know, also all of the relationships that we've made with new members who've joined our teams, and really the challenges around the world that have opened our eyes, you know, to a new world and provided us the opportunity to really grow our mindset, grow our skills. And, you know, thanks to Herbalife, we've had this opportunity to grow our businesses like never before. And for those who've really taken on that opportunity, they've seen some massive success. And for all of the new people who are joining us, who've just gotten started, you know, you're poised for the most incredible 2021 by really staying focused and working with us through the end of this year. And of course, tonight, we are super grateful for our amazing guest who has offered to share her time with us. She is not only a medical doctor by profession, she's an author of 2 books. She is the lady in Southern Africa with the most stones and stars. No one has beaten her record. You know, you guys will learn what that means if you don't know what it's all about. And she's also just an incredibly kind and beautiful lady. And we are so grateful to have her on the call with us tonight. So I'm not going to take any more time away, but to say that if you do have questions at the end, get ready because she has offered to answer a few little questions for us. So guys, get your notebooks out. And welcome to our amazing Dr. Virginia Chipetti. Woohoo! Let's go crazy. Shake your hands.
Woo! Thank you so much, Lauren. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this call. I'm so grateful. I know I postponed a couple of times. I had some health challenges, but I'm so grateful that I could make it today. So I look forward to sharing my story with everyone, you know, sharing some of the lessons that have helped me to be where I am right now. So really excited and really grateful to be here. So I'm going to be sharing my story with you, like I said, and then from there, I'll share a couple of nuggets that will help you, you know, to close this year with a bang and make sure that, you know, you set yourself up to have the most amazing 2021. So I'm Virginia Chipetti. I'm 31 years old. I'm a medical doctor by profession. I've been doing Herbalife for 10 years now. It's really crazy that it's been 10 years. It feels like it was just yesterday when I got started. So I started in 2010, January 2010. I was a second-year medical student. I was looking for something to do part-time to make a bit of extra cash for myself. I was sponsored by the government of Botswana. They were paying everything for me. You know, when you are on sponsorship, they cover your tuition, they cover your accommodation, and every month they were giving me living allowance. And the allowance was only 800 rand, guys. And what would happen is we were in Pretoria. I was in Pretoria with four other of my colleagues. And what would happen is once we get the 800 rand, they'll get extra money from home, you know, to help with topping up that allowance. And for me, I didn't have that privilege of asking for money from home because I come from a poor background. My mom was a street vendor. That's how she managed to put food on the table and support us when I was growing up. And you know, on a good day, sometimes on a good day, she would make like 50 pula. 50 pula is around 70 rands or something like that. It's not a lot. And so you can imagine if someone is making 70 rands a day, like how would I be able to ask for money to top up my allowance? And growing up, I helped her a lot at the tuck shop. And then when I was waiting for my Form 5 results, which is matric, I decided to open my own tuck shop as well. By the side of the road. So I was a street vendor as well. And I was selling sweets, airtime, those kind of things to make a bit of extra cash for myself. And, you know, I learned a lot. Coming to think about it now, you know, sometimes when you are going through something, it feels like, oh my gosh, you know, we are poor, we are going through so much, life is not easy. But right now, when I look back and I reflect, I realize that I am the person that I am right now because of what I went through. You know, I'm very patient, I'm very resilient, I'm very consistent. I'm consistent in my business. I'm patient with my customers and my members. And it's something that I learned by the side of the road when I was a street vendor many years ago. So yeah, so I was a street vendor. And then from there, our Form 5 results came out. I was one of the top students in the country. That meant I could study anything I wanted to study. I had always wanted to be a doctor. So I went to University of Botswana to do my pre-medical program. At that time, we didn't have medical school in Botswana. So you had to do like 3 semesters of pre-medical program. And then from there, you get transferred out of the country. So I went to do my pre-medical program. I got to varsity, and guess what I did? I sold airtime, guys. You know, the cream of the crop, one of the top students in the country. Our names were published on a newspaper. And here I am in university selling airtime. And people were making fun of me. You know, they were calling me Miss Airtime, all of that. And I didn't care, because if you call me Miss Airtime, in a way, you are branding me. So people knew that if you needed airtime, there was Virginia. So that's what I did. After 3 semesters, I was in the top 36, and we were transferred out of the country. I was transferred to University of Pretoria. We didn't choose for ourselves. I was transferred to University of Pretoria, and I was sad. I was sad because I thought, you know, I've worked hard my whole life. Why are they not taking me to Australia or Cape Town or something like that? But you know what? I always believe that there are no coincidences in life, because it was in Pretoria where I got to be introduced to Herbalife. So I went to Pretoria, and when I got there, I sold airtime to try and supplement the allowance that I was getting from the government. But unfortunately, the profit that I was making in Pretoria wasn't enough. And that's when, in 2010, I found myself in that space where I said, you know what, let me look for something else to do to make a bit of extra cash for myself, because I've been selling airtime and it's not giving me enough. So I went online, started looking for opportunities. And to cut the long story short, I came across a website by my sponsor. Back then, people were using websites a lot. It was actually an LWG website, guys. I remember back in the days, we used to have those LWG websites that Chris and Jean put together for us. So I came across that website, left my details there, and a few minutes later, some excited guy calls me and he says, "Hey, Virginia, you left your details on my website. There's a meeting coming up. You know, it would be great for you to attend." And he went on and on and on. And to be honest with you, the only thing that I remember right now is his excitement, and it's him inviting me to a meeting. The other things I can't even remember. So I went to that meeting, and when I got there, I was like, wow, okay, what is going on here? Because everyone was happy, everyone was smiling, and people were hugging. It was like a very strange place for me. But you know what? I didn't leave that meeting. I stayed at the back. I listened. People were sharing their stories, sharing their product results. I wasn't interested at all, but thank goodness I didn't leave, because later on, people started sharing their income testimonials. And that's when I really, really listened. You know, someone saying, I only have matric, and last month the company paid me this much. And it was those stories that really, really motivated me. And, you know, Herbalife is all about sharing stories, guys. That's why when I have an opportunity to come and share my story, I make sure that I say yes to that opportunity, because you just never know whose life you will transform. So it was those stories that really got me excited and motivated. And I went back to my sponsor and I said, you know what, I have no idea what this Herbalife thing is, but I'm really excited and motivated by all the stories that I heard, and I'm willing to give it a try. So I got started, and guys, it's been 10 years now. My life has completely transformed. I don't recognize my life anymore. And like I said, these past couple of months, I was having some health challenges. But you know where you are just like, you don't even have to worry. You look for the best doctors, you look for the best hospital, and you even book a private room because you now have financial freedom. So that's where I am in my life right now. And it's all because of Herbalife. It's not even because of my medical career. So my life is completely transformed. And I always say, you know what? It's not about how much you're making, because right now I'm making a lot. Like if I can show you a screenshot of how much I'm making, like it's really crazy. But I always say it's not about how much you're making, it's about what you're able to do with the money. So for me, I've managed to take my family out of poverty. I've managed to create an amazing lifestyle for myself. And life is completely transformed, not only for me, but for my family as well, which is really, really incredible. So, coming from a rough background, like I said, a background of poverty, and it wasn't poverty only, there was abuse as well. I've had seasons where I felt like I just couldn't, like, I felt like my life had no meaning. I thought, we are going through so much, we are poor, there's abuse at home, and I felt helpless and I was in an empty space. And 2 times, guys, I attempted suicide. And I'm just grateful that I wasn't successful, because right now, here I am, a successful Herbalife member, and my story inspires so many people out there. So I'll forever, ever be grateful for this amazing opportunity. So like I said, my life is completely transformed. I'm living the life of my dreams. I've been able to take my family out of poverty. I am traveling the world, guys. Like, I've been to so many places. I always say, if it wasn't for Herbalife, why would I need to go to a place like Singapore? I've been to Singapore. I've been to Zanzibar on a fully paid vacation. This picture was taken in Zanzibar. I've been to Turkey. I've been to North Carolina. I've been to Dublin. I've been to Prague, Mauritius, Portugal. I've been to Greece. I've been to so many places around the world, and it's all thanks to Herbalife. The first time I ever saw myself flying was with Herbalife. The first time I ever saw myself at the beach was with Herbalife. So, this company has completely transformed my life. And like I said, I'll never get tired of saying I'm grateful to be part of Herbalife. And of course, I'm getting recognized as well at various events. I've spoken internationally. Some of you were there in Germany when I spoke at our extravaganza last year. And after that event, you can imagine just Virginia, simple Virginia from Botswana, from a poor background, people coming to me, country directors from different countries saying you were really inspirational. We would like to invite you to come and speak in UK, in Netherlands, in Belgium. And I've had to turn down some of the invites, guys, because it was getting too much. Like, I really had to turn down some of the invites. And even now, after the whole COVID thing with virtual events, I was still getting a lot of invites. I was invited to speak, to do an event for France. I was invited to do an event for Southeast Europe, all these other countries. So that's the amazing thing about Herbalife. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what has happened to you in the past. It gives all of us an opportunity to express our greatness. It gives all of us that opportunity to be the best we can be and achieve anything we want to achieve. And I'm currently part of the top 1%. Like I said, my income is crazy. It's serious career level income. It's something that I never thought would happen, because when I got started, I just wanted like an extra 500 or 300. And now it's really crazy what the company pays me. So yeah, it's really been incredible. So that's my story in a nutshell, guys. I hope it has inspired you. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't matter what kind of background you come from. It doesn't matter what has happened to you in the past. None of that matters, whether you are educated or not educated. I'm not successful in this business because I'm a doctor. Anyone can be successful in Herbalife, which is really, really amazing. So we are in a 500 PPV school. I do 500 PPV schools in my organization every Sunday. And every Sunday I have this slide, this same exact slide. Why? Because if you understand why you need to be doing your 500 PPV every single month, if you understand it and you duplicate it, it's really amazing what can happen in your business. So why 500 PPV? one thing that you need to understand, especially if you are on this call and you want to build Herbalife as a business, first 2 weeks of the month, your 500 ppv should be done and dusted. Don't wait for the last day of the month to do your 500. First week, second week, get it out of the way, order something for your personal consumption, order for your clients, because 500 is just minimum. You're not going to be doing 500 for the whole month. By the end of the month, we want to see you on 700 ppv, 800, 1000, 2000, 2.5 ppv, because it's all about taking these products to the marketplace. It's about you consuming the products together with your family and getting some customers who also consume the products with that family. So if you wait for the last day of the month to do your 500 ppv, you are not serious. And if you wait for the last day of the month to do it, it doesn't give you an opportunity to then promote to your team. In my organization, I always tell them that, guys, you do it first and then you promote. You're not going to say qualify for 500 ppv if you haven't done it yourself. And it applies to me as well. First week of the month, first 2 weeks of the month, my 500 ppv is done. So when I start talking to my team about it, I know that I've personally done it myself. So you do it first and then you promote to your team, okay? And if you can get this drilled into your subconscious and know that, okay, you know what, our building block, our brick for building our business is 500 ppv. I do it myself and then I duplicate in my team. And the whole organization sings the same song. 500 ppv, first week of the month, second week of the month, do it yourself and duplicate. If you make that the song that you sing every single month, what is going to start happening is that if you're not a supervisor yourself, you will qualify supervisor quickly, okay? If you want to be a business builder in Herbalife, if you came in for the business, there's no reason why you should be taking 6 months or 8 months to qualify supervisor. If you do your 500, minimum 500, and you get your team to do it as well, you will qualify supervisor quickly. And if you continue duplicating that, after you qualify supervisors, you will be able to create supervisors. If I'm to summarize for you what you need to be doing to be successful in Herbalife, it's just one sentence that you need to remember. You become a supervisor and then you create supervisors. So I'm executive president, team 30K, but I'm just a supervisor. Every single month, I ask myself, who's going to be the next supervisor in the team? Who's going to be the next supervisor? So all of us do the same thing. You become a supervisor, and after becoming a supervisor, you start creating supervisors all the time, all the time, all the time. That's how your business is going to grow, okay? And 500 ppv is that building block that we use to build our business. You do your 500, you duplicate it, you get to supervisor quickly, you continue doing the same thing, you start creating supervisors, okay? And then for the supervisors on the call, you know that every single month, 2,500 is just minimum. Like, I don't even talk to supervisors about 2.5 being the goal. 2.5 is never the goal, guys. It's just the minimum that you're required to do as a supervisor to get your full royalties and get, your full rewards and everything. It's just the minimum. And then we have 5,000, 5K impact as your baseline. 5,000 is not even the goal. I'm 30K, I don't even do 5,000. Last month, I didn't manage to hit my 10K, but guess what? I finished on 9.4. And last month was the month where I spent most of my time at the hospital. So there's really no excuse for you as a supervisor to be saying you are aiming for 2.5. 2.5 is not the goal. If you are serious about building, serious about growing, you can't be setting 2.5 as your goal. So to summarize for you, 2.5 is the minimum that every supervisor needs to be doing. 5,000 is baseline. So when you've done 5,000, we say, okay, no, you've tried, but 10,000 is the goal. So you need to be building every single month to do your minimum 10,000. And I'm saying minimum because you can do more than that. I've had months where I've done 13K, 18K, all of that. Okay, so 10K is your goal. If you are a non-supervisor on this call, all you need to be doing is to continue with your 500, to make sure that the people that you are bringing on board are doing that 500 and get to supervisor. Once you become a supervisor, you create supervisors. Once you are a supervisor, you know that every single month, 2.5 non-negotiable, 5,000 is baseline. Right now, I'm already on over 5,000. I'm going for 10K, 20K, and I'm executive president team 30K. So if you are still just a supervisor or world team, you can't be aiming for 2.5 or for 5,000. You need to be going for 10,000 and more. And having 500 ppv as the building block that you are using in your organization will help you to achieve all of that. Okay, I'm spending a little bit of time on this slide because it's very important. Like, I can say goodbye right now, like I'm done with the training. This is the basics. It's like, and if you master the basics, it's really crazy what can happen, because every single month, all we do is to repeat the basics. Okay, so on this call, I'm not going to be training you on how are you going to be doing your 500, how are you going to be getting your customers, how are you going to be doing your members. That is simple training that anyone can do for you. Your sponsor can share with you how to do the 500 in your first month, in your first week, in your second week, how to get those customers, how to get your members, how to make sure that you become a supervisor and create supervisors, how to make sure that as a supervisor, you do your 5,000 and you do your 10,000. That's simple training that anyone can do for you. What I want to do on this call, guys, is to share some nuggets with you, is to share some tips with you, is to share with you how I operate, and to share with you the kind of person that I am. Because, I'm doing Herbalife part-time still. I have a clinic that I'm running, but I'm still able to do what I'm supposed to do. I qualified Global Expansion Team 2.5 as a medical student, and I qualified the same month that I was writing my Form 5, my final year exams. The same month that I was writing my final year exams, I qualified Global Expansion Team 2.5. And then 4 months after that, I qualified Millionaire Team, 4 months after graduating. So it means that the team that took me to Millionaire Team is the same team that I built as a student. And people used to wonder, how is she able to achieve all of this as a student? So those are some of the things that I want to share with you today. And I believe they will be more valuable to you than me sharing like the simple things on how to get customers, how to get members, because all of that is easy. So I'm still doing the business part-time, like I said. And for me to have been able to achieve everything that I managed to achieve as a student doing the business part-time, and now as a medical doctor running a busy practice and still managing to be successful in Herbalife. One of the key things that has helped me to be able to do all of that is being organized. Like, I think I'm the most, and I've always been organized. I know that if it's something that you're not used to, it's a bit difficult. You don't want to be setting time aside for everything. You don't want to be allocating time for everything, even the little things. But for me, I allocate time for everything. So I know that, okay, I'm going to be waking up at this time. When I wake up, I do 1, 2, 3. After doing this, I go and bath. I even allocate time for that. Okay, now from this time to this time, I'll be bathing. From this time to this time, I'll be having my breakfast. From this time to this time, I'll be leaving to work. From this time to this time, I'll be doing this. From this time to this time, I'll be doing that. Okay, so very, very important to be organized. And for me, right now, it comes naturally because it's something that I've been doing for many, many years. So it does take a bit of practice, but if you are serious about building a successful business, you will do it. You will be organized. What I don't want to see happening, guys, is you being busy the whole day, super busy the whole day, and have nothing to show at the end of the day. And this happens to a lot of people. Like, you are busy the whole day, you are on social media and you are scrolling and you are posting, but none of that is even intentional. You don't even know what you're doing. So I want a situation whereby when you're on social media, you know that this is part of my income producing activity, and I'm on social media for this purpose. When you are out there talking to people, it's not something that is just random. Everything is organized. So one of the things that I do, you can see here on the left, I've taken a screenshot of my alarm. So I have like multiple alarms for the whole day, because sometimes you forget. No one is a superhuman or whatever. Sometimes you forget. So I have multiple alarms. At 7:30 today, I got an alarm saying 500 ppv school. Then I make sure that I set up my computer, I open my Zoom, I do whatever. And then after this, there's another alarm that is going to come at 9, reminding me to do something. So I've got like multiple alarms throughout the day, reminding me that, okay, it's time to post on this group. It's time to do this. It's time for this training. It's time for this. It's time for this. And, you know, you shouldn't even be ashamed of that, you know, because you're not going to remember everything that you're supposed to do, especially when your business is huge, like my business right now, because, you know, I have a big business. So I still need to be talking to new people every day because I'm still building my business. I need to be training some new people. I need to be training existing people. I need to be training leaders, and I'm saving on S&P. There are meetings happening all the time. There are meetings for ESG and all of that. So many things happening. And, you know, that's why for me, it's very easy when I have all these alarms reminding me that, okay, it's time for this, it's time for that. And on my journal as well, you know, I have multiple journals. I always have my journal next to me. I have a plan of action that is written down, and I know exactly what I need to be doing. Okay, so very, very important to be organized. And then the other thing, guys, life is all about seasons. Okay, life is all about seasons. This year has taught us that you just never know what can happen. Last year, I had a monthly plan of where I was going to be traveling to. I was supposed to be traveling every single month. In Jan, I was in UK. I was doing a kickoff training there in UK, and I came back. Then I went to South Africa for our LDW, and then after the LDW, it was now locked down. All of a sudden, we had this thing that was happening. We had lockdowns. We faced all kinds of uncertainties, and it's not something that we predicted. And it's the same with your life. It's the same with your business. Okay, I've been doing Herbalife for 10 years, and I can tell you that in these 10 years, I have faced so many personal challenges. And just recently, like I said, I was sick. I wasn't doing well, and it's all about seasons. You will have seasons where everything is going great, and you will have seasons where things are not going great. And you need to know that it's just part of life. It's just the way it is. So even in your business, if maybe you are experiencing a bit of winter, you need to know that it's part of the process. When you are experiencing harvest, you need to know that it's still part of the process and it's not going to last forever. So if you come to that understanding that life is all about seasons, and you don't allow your feelings and you don't allow what's currently happening to dictate to you the kind of future that you can have, I'm telling you, you can become super successful. It's crazy what you can achieve. So for me, I've had personal challenges. I've had challenges in the country, building my business in Botswana without technology, and for many, many years without us having the warehouse, and all kinds of challenges that we were experiencing as a country. But I still managed to push, and I still managed to build my business in this country that was experiencing challenges. So country challenges, personal challenges here and there as well. And I still managed to keep going and keep doing what needed to be done. And here I am today. So I'm just sharing this with you to let you know that, I don't know where you are in your life right now. I don't know what's happening in your business right now. But if you see a great future for yourself with Herbalife, if you have goals and dreams of someday becoming a diamond, someday becoming president team, know that it's not going to be a smooth journey. You are going to face personal challenges. You are going to face business challenges. And for you to eventually get to that president team level, for you to eventually be part of the prestigious top 1%, you need to be well equipped to deal with all the personal challenges that are going to come, to deal with all the business challenges that are going to come, and to still be able to keep going no matter what happens, and not allow your feelings to boss you around. So I have this thing personally, and it's something that I developed with personal development. And also it's because I've gone through so much in my life where I'm able to operate above my feelings. And I call it transcending your feelings. Okay. So if something happens, like recently I was sick, I just believed that I was scared. I'm not going to lie to you. I was scared, and I was wondering what was going on, but I believed that it was part of the process. And I was able to just operate above that and still did what I needed to do and still listen to my body. If I needed to rest, I'll rest. When I felt better, I'll do my business. I'll post on my groups and stuff like that. So once you get to that level where you are able to just keep doing what needs to be done consistently, regardless of how you feel, you will achieve extraordinary success. There's like the kind of success that you can only achieve if you become that diamond and you are able to function under pressure. Okay, as you can see here, a diamond is a chunk of coal that did well under pressure. But some of these things, guys, if you are new and this is your first 500 ppv call, I hope I'm not scaring you, because this is stuff that you develop with time as you do personal development and as you build your business. You will be able to deal with some of these things and develop that mental toughness as you go along with your journey. I'm just sharing with you because it is some of the things that have helped me to be where I am right now, and helped me to be the successful businesswoman that I am right now. Okay. So obviously, I believe all of you have set your goals for 2021 already. If you haven't set your goal for 2021, please don't go to bed before you do that. The mistake that most people make is that they wait for the 1st of Jan and then like, Happy New Year, and then they start saying, okay, my New Year's resolutions, my goal for the month, my goal for the year. If you do that, you are late, my friend. This is the time for you to say, okay, I am wrapping up the year. What do I want to achieve next year? Once you've decided what you want to achieve next year, then it will help you, to set up the year. You will know, okay, what do I need to do right now in November and December to prepare for what I want to achieve next year? So that's what I'm busy doing right now. Like, I'm busy bringing on board some new people because I've qualified for the Herbalife earrings. You can see I'm wearing my 15K earrings. I have my beautiful 30K pin. I've qualified for the watch. Now I want the rings. Okay, I want the Herbalife rings. And for me to qualify for the ring, I need to be doing some crazy case. So then I asked myself, okay, if I want that ring next year, what do I need to be doing right now? I need to be increasing my production. So what I want you guys to do tonight, before you go to bed, make sure that you've set your goals for next year. Make sure that you know what your 2021 pin is. And once you've done that, then you will be able to come up with a clear plan of action to help you build towards that. So right now, if you follow me on social media, you will notice that I am building like crazy because I've set a crazy goal for 2021. I know that next year, what I want to achieve is not going to come with me just chilling. So I'm building, I'm planting, and I'm preparing myself for that goal. So set your goal, come up with a clear plan of action. What do you need to do to be able to achieve that goal? If you are not a supervisor yet, you need to have a clear plan of how you are going to get to supervisor. So make sure that you contact your sponsor and you say, sponsor, what do I need to do to get to supervisor fast? What can I do? Because once you become a supervisor, it opens everything up for you. So if you're currently not a supervisor, you need to get to supervisor as soon as possible. If you are a supervisor, you need to have your goal written down for Active World Team. When are you going to do Active World Team? When are you going to do Global Expansion Team? When are you going to do Get 2.5? When are you going to do Millionaire Team, President Team? And you write all these goals down, and then from there you come up with a clear plan of action. And guys, there's only one secret of how you're going to achieve that 2021 goal. And that is what I'm doing right now. It's your personal production, okay? So personal production, in simple terms, for people who are not supervisors yet, it's all about you getting excited about using these products every single day and making sure that every single day you are talking to people about the products, getting some customers to get your minimum 500 ppv done, and you also bring on board some new members as well, okay? That's what personal production is all about. And the members that come on board, you talk to them about using the products, you talk to them about getting some customers so that they also do that 500. You do your 500, you duplicate it, you get to supervisor fast. You become a supervisor. Once you're a supervisor, you create supervisors. And it's all about personal production, personal production, personal production. If you look at my volume, like last month, I had done 13,000 PV. In that 13,000 PV, I think about 1,000 or 1.5 was my PPV, and the rest was downline volume. So obviously, if I have that much downline volume, what does it tell you? It tells you that I have people in qualification for supervisor. And like I said, guys, very simple, become a supervisor, create supervisors. So my huge downline volume tells you that I have people in qualification for supervisor. And that is why I will do president team, 15K, 20K, 30K, and I'm not even done yet. Like, I want those rings, guys. And I think I need to be 60K or 70K or something like that to get the ring. So for me to be able to hit those high Ks, I know that I need to be doing my personal production. I need to always have people who are in qualification for supervisor, because I'm a supervisor. Now it's my duty to produce supervisors, okay? And then of course, do personal development, because sometimes you will set the goals, guys, and you will not achieve the goal, okay? And you will set the goal and you will not achieve it. But if you do personal development, then you will know that it's all part of the process. Maybe there's something you need to learn. Maybe there's a lesson that you need to learn. You know what I always say to my team? I tell them that every single month, and I had said the same thing to my sponsor and my uplines as well. Before I became president team, every month I would say, I'm doing first cut president team this month. And first cut president team wouldn't happen. And next month I'd say, guys, I'm so excited. I'm doing first cut president team this month. And first cut president team wouldn't happen. But you know what? I was fulfilled and I was proud of myself, because I knew that I was doing everything in my power to make it happen. If it doesn't happen, then it means it's not time. I still need to learn something. I still need to build. I still need to bring on board some new people. I still need to create some new supervisors. So if you understand the process and you understand that it's all about doing your personal production, then if you set the goal and it doesn't happen when you want it to happen, you keep going. You don't give up. You keep going, and you know that, okay, what am I supposed to learn? What am I supposed to be doing? Bring on board some new people, create more supervisors. Bring on board some new people, create more supervisors. And that's the name of the game, okay? So when you do your personal development, no matter what happens, whether you achieve your goal or you don't achieve it, or maybe you come across challenges, or maybe you come across, any difficulties or anything like that in your business, you will keep going because you do personal development. So very, very important. Every single day before you do anything, when you wake up, first hour, at least first 30 minutes or first hour dedicated to personal development, and make sure that you are working on yourself every single day, okay? When you have that strong mentality, because personal development helps you to develop that strong mentality. When you have that strong mentality, you become untouchable. Okay, so currently, guys, I am 30K president team, which is amazing. Like, this is something that I used to just dream about, but it's done. I knew it was going to happen because, I always believe that I'll achieve great things. And that's another important thing. So you need to believe, or another important thing, you need to believe that you can do it. You need to believe that you deserve it. And you need to believe that it's going to happen. When it happens, it's none of your business. How it will happen is none of your business. Every single day, you do what needs to be done. You keep believing, you keep bringing on board, you keep using the products, getting some customers, bringing on board some new members, taking them on a journey to supervise, and you repeat that process over and over and over and over again, and eventually you achieve what you want to achieve. So our 30K, all of our pins, guys, like I never achieve a pin with my daughter's score. Like it's never on the dot. With my meal 7.5 was done with 8,000 royalties. New people, you won't understand the royalties language, but later on you'll get to understand. Here, I just wanted to inspire the ones who are supervisors, because we have a mixture of people on the call. I need to make sure that I'm catering for those who are not supervisors yet and those who are supervisors. So my meal 7.5, we did it with 8,000 royalties, and then it was 9.3, and then it was 9.5. When I needed to do 7.5, we were doing 9.5. And then my president team was done with, I think the first cut was with 11,000 royalties somewhere there. And then we did 12,000. And final cut was actually first cut 15K. We did it with 15,000 royalties. Same thing with 20K and 30K. You can see here, we did our 30K with 35,000 royalties, 37,000, 38,000. So I know that it's just a matter of time. 40K will happen, 50K will happen, 60K will happen. All I need to do every single day is get excited about using the products, get some customers, bring on board some new members, teach them how to use the products and get some customers, so that everyone is doing that 500 PPV, and I can have some people qualifying supervisor. And we repeat that process over and over and over and over and over again. And eventually we'll hit 40K and 50K and 60K, and I will get my ring, okay? So yeah, 30K and then 1 diamond, definitely going for Chairman's Club. And Chairman's Club is just minimum. You need to set these high goals for yourself, guys. You need to visualize these big pins for yourself. You need to believe that you can do it. You need to believe that you deserve it. If Virginia can do it, why not you? We have the same power. We have the same potential. You can do it as well. So 1 diamond, the first of many. I currently have 21 stones. There's a lady in the UK who has like 30 something stones or something crazy like that. So I'm like, if she can do it, if she can have like 30 something stones, why not me? So I have 21 stones. I'm going for more than 30. I currently have 8 stars. I want to finish the year with 10, at least 10 stars. I have people in qualification. And later on, you know, I want to get to a point where I have 15 stars. And those who are non-supervisors, like I said, this is incredible stuff. It's inspirational stuff. You might not understand it right now, but later on, you'll get to understand it. And at our last event, I was recognized as the #2 royalty earner in Southern Africa, which is really, really crazy because it's something that I used to dream about. It's something that I had on my vision board. Like I've always been a go-getter. Like I love winning. Even in school, I was always getting gifts and prize giving and stuff like that. So you know, at events, I would see people getting recognized for top 3 royalty earners, and I would be sitting there clapping for them, getting inspired and thinking someday it will be me. And indeed, the last event, I was recognized as the #2 royalty earner, which was really incredible. So all of these incredible numbers are happening because I have clear goals. Like if you ask me what my goal is for next year, I will tell you what my goal is. And my question to you is, if I can ask you right now what your goal is, are you going to be able to tell me what your goal is? And I don't want you to just think about it. I want you to write it down as well. Okay, have your goals written down. So it's happening because of clear goals, clear flow. And if you don't know what a business flow is, make sure that you sit down with your sponsor. I think someone is unmuted. So make sure that you sit down with your sponsor, sit down with your upline, ask them what a business flow is, because it has to be clear how you are getting, where you are going to get new people to start conversations with. How do you approach those people? What do you say to them? Once they become customers, what do you plug them into? Do you have some kind of challenges that you plug people into? Once they become members, what happens to them when they're members? Once they become supervisors, what kind of training do they get? And when they are business builders, what kind of training do they get? So it's very important for everyone who wants to be successful in the business to have that clear flow. And when you are still new and you are not a supervisor yet, you can't put together your own flow because you don't have enough experience. And that is why you need to plug into your upline supervisor structure, or your upline tab team, or your upline, whichever way things work in your organization. You can just ask your upline what your flow is and make sure that it's very clear in your mind, because you need to know exactly the kind of path that you're going to be taking people through. Okay, if you ask me right now, where do you get people to talk to? I'll tell you, I get people from social media. How do you approach people in social media? What do you say to them? Once someone is a customer, what do you do with them? Once someone is a member, what do you do with them? Once someone is a supervisor, what do you do with them? You know, all of that, it has to be very clear. And then this clear strategy of everyone focusing on the 500 ppv, personal production, and the 500 ppv. So if you are a supervisor, and I'm going to be asking Lauren and Daniela and Easy for updates, guys. I'm going to be asking for updates. I don't want supervisors aiming for 2.5. Supervisors need to be going for 5,000 as baseline and setting 10,000 as the goal. So after this call, we need to see some changes happening in these organizations. We need to see people becoming more hungry. You can't be setting 2.5. That is not a goal, okay? So we need to see some changes happening, people going for more, setting higher goals and making them happen. And the way you're going to do that is by making sure that your own 500 ppv is done. And when you bring some people on board, you teach them the same strategy, and everyone goes for the 500 by eating the products with their family and getting some customers. And you do that over and over and over again, and you'll be able to build that structure where you're able to do your 5,000 PV, your 10,000 PV, and even more. Okay. So for this slide as well, it's more for the senior guys. The new guys won't be able to understand this, but it's just a way for me to show you that it's all about doing the numbers. Okay, it's all about personal production. It's all about, if you want to move, because last year November we were 15K and now we are 30K. You're not going to move to these high levels with the same organization. Some of you, if you've been in the business for a bit long, you know, you still have the same number of people, the same number of supervisors, the same structure, and you want that structure to take you to the next level. It's not going to happen, okay? You need to be doing more numbers. You need to be doing your personal production, making sure that every single month you are talking to new people, you are bringing on board some new customers, you are bringing on board some new members, and you have people qualifying to the supervisor level. So you can see, like, November 2019, we had just over 8,000 members in our organization, non-supervisors in our organization. November 2020, we have over 20,000 non-supervisors in our organization. Obviously, with the high number of members, we are also in that process taking as many people as we can to supervisor. So last year, November, we had 397 supervisors, and currently we are sitting on 1,000, and we just set a new goal in the next 12 months, because last year, when we were sitting on 397, we said, guys, we need to get to 1,000, and we just focused on helping more and more people become supervisors. Now we have a new goal of getting to 5,000 supervisors. So you need to be setting these goals for yourself, because imagine if I had the same 397 supervisors, I wouldn't be 30K. So it's all about personal production, bringing on board some new people, taking them on this journey. And if you do that over and over and over again, you will see your business growing, okay? And just some inspiration for the leaders on the call. This is our structure as of August 2020. It has changed. We've had, I think since then, we've had 3 new TEP team members, but you can see what is happening on my first line. Like, you cannot bring one person into the business and think that your business is going to grow just out of that one person. You need to personally transform lives, because it's not only about you getting rewards and stuff like that. It's about changing lives. Imagine where I come from. Imagine what happened to me in the past, and imagine where I am right now. You know, I want as many people as possible to experience that. And I have so many supervisors on my first line. And here I'm just showing you the ones that are TEP team. So I have 1 president team. I have 4 millionaire teams on my first line, global expansion team, and some global expansion team members as well. Like I said, I think since August, we've had 3 more joining, 3 more people qualified global expansion team. But with this kind of structure, you can see that, you know, it's just a matter of time. I'm definitely going to be Chairman's Club. I'm definitely going to be Founder's Circle if I keep building and I keep working with these leaders. So I just wanted to share this with the leaders for you to get inspired and for you to know that you need to be building that first line production. First line production is very, very important. And we see that first line production reflecting in your monthly PV. Okay, if as a leader you are doing 2.5 or you are just scratching on 5,000, then you know that you're not doing enough. You're not doing enough personal production. And that's something that you would need to work on. So I hope this inspires you. So guys, what time is it now? I've been talking and talking and talking. I really hope you got value out of this. And I just want to end by saying, right now, I see a lot of people relaxing and some of us are waking. So next year, 2021, when they say, wow, Virginia, huge congratulations, 40K, 50K, 60K, what? Chairman's Club. When they recognize me for all of those things and you think, how does she do it? One of my secrets, guys, is that towards the end of the year, when other people relax and other people chill, this is the time that I use to set the pace for the next year. This is the time where I look at my structure. Like recently I had a look at my structure and I discussed with my leaders and I said, guys, it's time for us to do a bit of restructuring. Let's get rid of this group and do this and do that. You know, it's time for us to go out there and talk to more new people. Let's have some new people involved. Let's get some new customers. Let's do this. So we are busy planting. We are planting the seeds for 2021. And in 2021, when you start planting, guess what? We will be way ahead of you. We'll be close to harvest time. So this is just a little secret between us on this call. If you want 2021 to be the best year for you, don't relax right now. If you are busy thinking, oh, it's end of the year, it's Christmas, it's been a crazy year, I deserve to rest. Fine, it's all a matter of choice. If you feel you deserve to rest and you're not going to do anything this year end and you're just going to chill, then make sure next year when people are getting recognized, you are chilling as well, and you don't wonder how did they do it. Because the way we are doing it is that right now we are re-evaluating, we are evaluating everything, we are putting together some structures, we are planting, we are talking to new people, and we are setting the pace for 2021. So if there's one thing you can take away from me tonight, guys, is that make sure that you end this year strong. This is not the time to relax. This is the time to be planting. This is the time to be talking to new people. This is the time to be making sure that if there's something you don't understand, you ask someone. You know, this is the time to be setting your goals and thinking, what exactly do I want? What do I need to do to achieve that? Do I need to be putting together some structures, some tools? What do I need to be doing? And if you're a non-supervisor, as a matter of urgency, you need to get to supervisor, even if it means you doing it in November and December, because why not? You know, talk to your sponsor, talk to your upline, make sure that you finish this year as a supervisor, and then you can use 2021 to qualify Active World Team, qualify for the Active World Team experience, qualify Global Expansion Team, which is now a requirement for the vacation, and you can use 2021 for all of that. So this is the time to get organized. This is the time to plant. If you follow me on social media, and I like posting what I'm doing, because I want people to know, you know, what it takes to be successful. I want people to know what it takes to achieve crazy things. So even earlier today, I posted that right now I'm busy putting together some tools, I'm putting together some new structures, I am talking to new people, I am setting the pace for 2021, and I want to encourage all of you to do the same as well. Okay, so promise me, you can write on the comments, promise me that you are not going to chill. This is not the time to rest. This is the time to plant. This is the time to set the pace for 2021, okay? And I'm just going to say, you know what, guys, people look at me and they say, wow, she's amazing, she's inspirational, she's achieving a lot, and all of those things. But you know what, if I can do it, you can do it as well. Because like I always say, the same power and the same potential that I have, you also have. You just need to start believing in yourself a little bit more, and start believing that you can do it. Start believing that you deserve it. Start believing that it's possible for you as well. It's possible for you to become president team as well. You know, at president team, you get treated like royalty. We get all these amazing gifts. Like right now, I'm having my glass of water and this wine glass that I recently received from the company, and we got these nice coasters and all the other things. We get all these amazing gifts, and more than that, the income is great as well. What can you do with that income? Maybe it's not only about the income, but what can you do once you are at that level, once you are that influential, and once you get to that level where people start looking at you? What can you do? How can you give back? You know, those kind of things. And you need to believe that you deserve it, guys. You need to believe that you have the potential to achieve anything that you want to achieve. Once you have that self-belief strong, and you know, you have that strong self-belief, and you have your structures in place, you have your clear plan, your clear goals, your clear plan of action, you talk to your sponsor, you talk to your upline, you strategize, then you will become unstoppable. Okay, so have that burning desire to succeed. Reevaluate your why. Why do you want to be successful? Why do you want to achieve that next goal? Why do you want to achieve that next pin? Have that clear in your mind, because it will help you have that burning desire to succeed. And be teachable. Listen to your sponsor, listen to your upline, plug into the team activities. We are so blessed, guys, to be part of LWG and Gain, because we have this amazing structure that we have every single day. There's something happening. We have the breakfast clubs, we have the HOMs, we have the getting started trainings. You know, you have everything you need to be able to build your business. The structure is there. You don't need to recreate anything. Okay, so be teachable and do the work. Okay, every single day you need to be doing the work. Every single day. Consistency, 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 until you achieve what you want to achieve. So thank you so much, guys. That's all from me. I hope you've learned something. Thank you once again for inviting me. It's always a pleasure to share my story and to share all these success tips. So thank you, and over to you, Lauren.
Virginia, that was absolutely incredible. I've written so many freaking notes. It's amazing. But you know what's more amazing for me also is not only what you shared with us, but one thing that I've gotten also from personal development is when you allow stuff to get in your head and you listen and you listen and you listen and you take in the power. It is, you get so excited if you read the chats. Everyone is so fired up from everything that you've shared. It like gives you fuel and energy to actually take on the challenge. And I'm just so grateful for everything that you shared, and also the no limits, the bigger potential. Guys, we've got to aim way higher. This 2.5, absolutely. It's the minimum. It's like playing to survive, not playing to thrive. So really excited about that. So guys, I think we do have maybe 2 or 3 minutes for like 1 or 2 questions. And then I'm just going to end on 2 images. Hello, babies. I'm going to end on 2 images just to make sure that you know what you need to be doing going out of here, leading through November, December, January, setting us up for February, just like Dr. Virginia has been telling us now, guys. So if you have a question, type it in the chat, or forever hold your peace until the next opportunity. And maybe while you are doing that, Dan, maybe you can unmute yourself if people ask questions. But while we wait for that, I'm quickly going to just share the screen to save time. And yeah, that was just so powerful, guys. So just take a screenshot of this, because everything that Dr. Virginia has just shared with us is all about exactly what she said with the 500. And it starts with this as new members, is setting yourself up for this MAP reward. And for those of you who have already achieved this, or you're already supervisors, you need to go into creating supervisors. And the way that you're going to do that is keying into the company promotions, use the MAP promotion, help people to get the new NutriBullet Magic Bullet Blender. And if they do this as well, November, December, January, they're also going to qualify for their first leadership development experience, which is so powerful to make sure that you're tapping into these big events to hear from top leaders like Dr. Virginia. We're just so lucky to have had her all to ourselves. But you're going to be spoiled with incredible speakers at that event. And then, guys, when you're achieving this and you're helping members to achieve this, they will qualify for the leadership weekend, but all of the supervisors need to do this as a minimum entry level into the event as well. But as supervisors on the call, like Dr. V was saying, you've got to be achieving the 2,500 minimum, because that will get you into the leadership session, the active supervisor session, which will be on the Friday. And every supervisor on the call needs to take her advice and use this as an opportunity to set yourself up for 2021 and to be in that leadership session in February, already with your buddies, with your team, qualifying for that event, kicking off the year strong. So I don't think we need any more training than that. She's told us all, but this is just validating exactly what she's been talking about for the last hour. So guys, I hope you took a screenshot of that. And another key thing is that there are a lot of people who qualify for these events, but they don't even bother to attend. Don't let that be you. And make sure that when you do qualify, that you do not set anything else up for that weekend. That weekend is dedicated to this event to take you through 2021 to achieve that pin that you're going to set yourself up for. So we don't want to hear any stories of people popping over and, you know, all these crazy things. You get your notebook, your pen, your snacks, your shakes, your lift-offs, and you sit there ready to take on that event like you were in a live event, and get your team around you. If there are people close by, get them in there so they can be in there with you. And start planning that now. Start promoting that right now to your leaders and your team who are going to be qualifying for this event with you. So, whoops, I just lost my screen there. Trying to stop the share. Sorry, my mouse is going mad. Guys, thank you so much. I just want to see if there are any questions. Virginia, they are blown away. Okay.
Well, I have a question for Dr. V.
Go, go, go.
Virginia, thank you so much, my friend. You are just sensational. And I've got no doubt all the rings are coming with this energy that's coming off here. So I've got a question. If you have a new member who's never done personal development, what would your first book that you recommend to them be?
The Power of Positive Thinking. I would recommend The Power of Positive Thinking. Let me just quickly try and check here and show you on the screen. I have the ebook as well. Because I think it's always important for someone to start, you know, to get that thinking in the right frame, because obviously you know that whatever you think becomes your reality. So if people start thinking positive and they start, if it's someone who had grown up with negative programming, which is what had happened to me, the moment I started believing that I could be anything and I started thinking positive thoughts about my future, my life completely changed. So I think for someone who has never done personal development, The Power of Positive Thinking would be Okay, I don't think you'll be able to see it, but I'll forward the ebook to you.
Thank you, my friend. And there's another question in the text box. How many people do you talk to a day? And I'm going to ask one more, maybe for someone new, how many people would you recommend they talk to a day? Because obviously you 30K praise. So I know that with your social media, you also attract more now. So where would you start?
Yeah, so for me right now, like if I want to talk to 20 people right now, I'll be able to talk to 20 people. If I want to recruit 10 people in a day, I'll be able to recruit 10 people in a day. And it's something that takes time. It's a process. When you are starting, you start building, sort of like building your brand and making sure that people get to know you and they get to know what you do. So for a new person, I would say minimum 10 people. If you are part-time, that's what I used to do when I was a student. Minimum 10 people a day if you are part-time, and minimum 20 people if you are full-time.
Awesome, thank you. Someone also asked you, what drives you? Just another question in the box.
Yeah, so in the beginning, one thing that really drove me, guys, was getting my family out of poverty. And I remember back in the days, I used to say, you know what, I'm going to study hard, because you would wonder, how was I able to study hard and be one of the top students with everything that was going on? It was my why. Back in the days, I believed that if I could study hard and get a good paying job, I'd be able to take my family out of whatever was happening. And then I came into Herbalife and I realized that, you know what, even as a medical doctor, I'm not going to be able to make enough to be able to take care of myself and take care of my family. So that became my why in Herbalife, to work hard and take my family out of poverty. And right now it's different things, like maybe I would think I want to buy, maybe it's a material thing, I want to buy a house or whatever, and I want to buy it cash. And I think, okay, maybe for me to be able to get all that money, I need to do 1, 2, 3, or I need to get to this level or whatever. So right now it's different whys for different seasons. But back in the days, it was all about getting my family out of poverty. And I've managed to do that. We used to stay in a one-roomed house where it's a kitchen, it's a bedroom, it's everything. And now I've managed to build a house for my family. I'm able to support them financially and all of that. So that why is not as strong as it was back then. Now I have new whys coming up.
Oh, you're amazing. Thank you. And then one more question. Someone said, I really want to know what time you wake up every day and how much time do you dedicate to Herbalife as a part-time member?
I used to wake up like at 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. Right now it has changed since I got sick. I listen to my body more. There are days where I'm able to wake up early, but sometimes I wake up at 7 and I wake up at 9. But you know what? You don't learn from what is happening right now in my life, because right now it has changed. Like I said, even if I have like 30 minutes to work on my Herbalife business, I would still be able to do way more than what I was able to do back then. So back then I woke up very early, 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. And the first hour I dedicated to working on myself, doing my personal development. And when I was a student, I only had 1 hour or 2 hours a day to work on my business. And what I used to do back then is I had tools that I had created, because in 2 hours, if someone says, tell me about Herbalife, and you take 30 minutes on that person, you've already wasted a lot of time. So if someone says, tell me about Herbalife, back then, I had a group that I had created, and then I'll just add them to the group and tag them on a video or send them a PDF document that I had put together. And, you can still use the same principle even now, and invite people to our HOAMs, invite people to our breakfast clubs, and plug people into the structure that we have right now. So when I was a student, 1 to 2 hours a day was dedicated to Herbalife. Right now, you know what, guys? People always say I'm always working, and it's because I never feel like I'm working. Like, I feel like if I'm not with a patient at the clinic, I'm on my phone, maybe posting on my group or talking to a new person. So it's not really about setting time, like specific time to work on your business. It's about finding little snippets of time throughout the day to work on it. And when you add all the time together at the end of the day, it's a lot of time, because I would be having my lunch and thinking, okay, I finished eating. I don't have a patient coming in the next 30 minutes and I work on my business. And then later on, I have a little 10 minutes and I do something. Later on, I have 30 minutes and I do something. And then later on, when I have the time that I've now officially set aside, and it's maybe 2 hours that I've set aside to work on my business, if I add it to all the other little times that I've been using throughout the day, then you will find that maybe I've used 4 hours on that day to work on my business. So it's about falling in love with what you do, and to a point where it doesn't feel like you're working. So even when I'm connecting with someone on social media, starting a conversation, that's me working. That's me talking to a prospect, but it doesn't really feel like it's work, you know? So I would say if I'm not sleeping, I'm working. It's just the way it is. I hope Jean has dropped off the call because she's gonna kill me. Always
She's laughing.
At least you're getting to bed, waking up a little bit later. So
yeah,
you
no,
made up.
right now is different. Right now is different. I'm sleeping a lot. I never used, like I always felt like my philosophy was that it wasn't about quantity, it was about quality. So if I had 5 hours of quality sleep where I really rested, why would I go for 8 hours or 9 hours? I felt like it was a waste of time. So back then I used to sleep like 5 hours, 4 hours, but nowadays I do sleep.
Yeah.
Dr. B, one more quick question, just because I think it'll be relevant to a lot of people. Like if you don't have a big social media following, or like you obviously build your business on social media, somebody's asking, how do you find new people to speak to, especially now in social distancing times? What would your suggestion be to the guys just starting out with that?
You know, with social media, it's an entire training on its own, because the mistake that most people make is you go to someone's inbox and you say, hi, I'm Virginia, I'm doing Herbalife. The company has been operating for these many years. We are operating in over 90 countries around the world. We have amazing products and an amazing marketing plan. And you start vomiting all of that. You are going to lose people. So with social media, it's about knowing how to connect with people, building relationships. So if you're going to go into someone's DM, it's just to say, hey, you know, I saw your comment, you commented on my, or on something that I posted. Thank you so much for that. How are you? How's everything? And you build a little relationship with that person. And then later on, you can say, you know what, ever since we chatted, I've just been thinking about you. You seem like a very positive person. Sorry about that. You seem like a very positive person, and you know, we have this call that is coming up. Like, I'm just giving you examples. It's a whole entire training that you need to learn if you're going to be using social media to build your business. And one thing that you need to be doing is not posting Herbalife all the time and saying buy my products or join my business. Like, if you go onto my social media, you will realize that sometimes I post branded, but I don't even say, you know, if you want to buy the products, DM me or whatever. I just post and people can see that I do Herbalife. Then later on, when I chat with that person and I build that little relationship, and later on I say, hey, do you know anyone who might be interested in 1, 2, 3? Then I already have that relationship with that person, and they've seen me already posting positive things. They've seen me posting Herbalife, but not really, you know, vomiting it into people, building that attractive brand around Herbalife. This is one of my alarms.
Alarms going off. So we've had enough of your time now.
Yeah. So, like I said, I won't be able to really do the whole, to summarize it beautifully for you right now, because it's like an entire training on its own. But what you need to be doing as a new person, start with your name list, okay? People around you, start with your warm market. Take your phone out, go into your phone book, write your name list down. You want to start with your name list because nowadays, some of us are doing the business on social media. So you can imagine if I'm posting something on my page and maybe I boost that post and I reach out to someone in South Africa and I talk to that person and I say, has anyone ever talked to you about Herbalife? And they say, no, no one has ever talked to me. I don't know anyone who does Herbalife. What is that all about? And I talk to them and I sign them up and they turn out to be your sister. You know, you don't want anything like that. That's why you always have to start with your warm market, especially if you are starting out as a new person. Start with your phone, write your name list down. And then once you are done with your phone, you can go into social media, collect numbers. One of the things that I do is sometimes when I connect with a new person, I don't immediately tell them that I do Herbalife. And that's how I was able, when I was working at the hospital, I recruited a lot of nurses, a lot of doctors, and not one of them have I said, I do Herbalife, join, or I do Herbalife, buy my products or whatever. All I did is I always used my products in front of everyone, and I made sure that I always saved people's numbers. Okay, so you save someone's number and people are always curious. So they'll see what you post on your status. And you want to make sure that your status updates are also interesting. People need to be able to look forward to checking out your status updates. If it's the same thing every day and it's always, oh, I'm having my shake, would you like to buy my shake? We're having an HOM later, would you like to join? If it's the same thing all the time, people are not going to check them out because they are boring and they already know what to expect. With my status updates, I post something positive, I post little videos, and then here and there I post about Herbalife. It's different things. Like I make sure that I'm the real me, I'm the authentic me, and I show people who I am. And when I do that, I attract my people, So social media, it's one thing that you need to master, because like I've built my entire business from social media. And I can never run out of people to talk to because there are always new people to connect with on social media.
Amazing. Dr. V, thank you so, so much. I think we've kept you long enough. We are so grateful for the extra time that you gave us as well, even with your alarms going off there. So we're eating into your time for your next tasks and then straight to bed. So we thank you. And we can't wait to see what comes in the new year, guys, for all of you. And let's all keep our promises to Dr. Virginia and level up. Get those new pins, set those bigger goals, plant, go. Let's have an amazing month end and an amazing December. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Absolutely amazing.
Everybody can unmute and say goodbye and just give clap, Dr. V.
Thank you so much. You are just the best. Love you.
Thank you so much, Jean.
Thanks, guys. I don't know, can you not all unmute yourselves? Let's see, allow.
I locked it earlier when someone was, when there was the noise. Sorry.
Allow. Okay, you guys should all be able to unmute yourselves now. There we go.
Thank you, Dr.
V. Thank you so much.
You are amazing. Woo!
Thank you, Dr. V.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, my baby. Cheers, everyone.